Oh, hi. You're there. Um. Oh, little update from last stream. Um. Printed a couple of lens caps. Let's see. Forgot the camera's in a different spot. Uh, so, and they do work. There are some issues though. First one I printed didn't have enough like grab. And was like only loosely holding the lens, the filter, I guess. This one grabs really nicely, but it deforms. Unfortunately, when I put it in there. It kind of makes a little noise, unfortunately. Rattles around a little bit. But, like, it works. It's just, it's got an issue. So, I was really excited because, like, the first one I printed worked right away, and that was really sweet. But it needs some engineering, some modification. And I haven't really figured out what to do yet. Like, I can make it have like less pressure holding it in. The other problem is this filter that I'm trying to make this thing for, like, has like absolutely nothing to grab onto. Like, the lens cap that goes onto here has like a lot to grab onto. And like, you can see like it's pretty much the same amount of like same size of the like grabby parts. So the big problem is it doesn't work super well on this filter specifically, which is what I want it for. So I don't know whether I need to like design a special one specific for this, or if like other filters are as bad as this. Cause like this has like no room on it, which sucks. And this is like a cheap Chinese ND filter. Because I needed a variable ND filter for the video camera, and I didn't want to spend like $200 on one. So maybe if I bought a better one, I wouldn't have this issue, but here we are. I don't know. I'm probably just gonna mess with this on my own time. Just because like y'all don't want to watch me just like make tiny adjustments and test things. It's just like fucking boring. But it works. Just kind of doesn't work that well, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Set that down. What I'm going to do on the stream is, I think we're going to start a new set of wheels because those are okay, so I have been seeing a lot of these around. Seems like, and I think part of it is they did re-release them. which is cool. It's a cool wheel. It's a classic design. Um, VSKF Sharp. It just be adding symbols, huh? Or do I have my voice set too loud? No, I think it's good. Okay. So they just added like an extra little rib on there. It's kind of weird. I don't even know if I like that. Oh, y'all can't see shit, huh? I'm silly. One day I'll learn to move things into the right spot. Okay, so starting over. Yeah, so VSKF's work wheels, really popular. I have been seeing them a lot lately on the internet, in Japan and in the rest of the world. They are just as popular as they always have been. And I think part of that is because, like, it's a 5-spoke. Everyone loves a 5-spoke, but it does kind of have like a kind of American muscle flavor in it. It reminds me a tiny bit of like old school Mustang wheels. No, of course, I just got the fucking shit Mustang wheels. Old. Yeah, like it looks, and I know these are not like unique to the Mustang. There's probably a term for this style of wheel, but I think the VSKFs like blend this this retro style wheel and bring it into the modern era, if you will, by having these nice swoops out into the multi-piece area, like the outer bolt circle area, and this like nice webbing where the lug goes into. It's also like really aesthetically pleasing. Yeah, and I want to design a wheel that is similar to, but not like a rip-off. Because like these are so popular and I see them everywhere. And, like, it'd be cool to see something slightly different, but like with that styling. I think the things I want to keep are, I really like this webbing part. I don't like this new extra level as much. I think that's kind of silly. It's like you can even see here, like the old ones just look so much smoother. And I like how the spokes like flow out into oh my god, one of these days I'll sleep well. I like how the spokes like flow out into the outer bolt circle. But I think that could be done better. And I think instead of having this like little wrinkle thing they added, like it could be more of like a I-beam spoke design. which is really popular nowadays too, because it's like a really strong design. So strong, light, kind of. I feel like the way the spokes flow out into the outer bolt circle could impart a lot of strength onto them as well. So I feel like if it's done well, these could be light, strong wheels. Another design cue I want to take oh my god, this website takes forever to load. God damn. Let's see. Do they have any other racing stuff in here? I always like when like these companies show some of their motorsport stuff. Show me the wheels though, bitch. Okay, there's some picture. Open image. Yeah, I always like to try and base some of my decisions off of like some of these like race cars. Cause like they put a crap load of money and time into testing these wheels and designing like these race wheels. And I'm not an engineer. But I feel like I can look at some of these, like, and I don't have access to like the stress testing, stuff that they have. But I feel like I can kind of like look at some of other companies' race wheels and like kind of make some design choices based off of that that could help my wheels be stronger, lighter, better, without necessarily like copying them, but just kind of like looking at the way they do stuff. I swear they had like there's a specific one of these TEs that I remember. I just need to delete these like ambient fucking songs off of this playlist. Alright, products. Let me see your motorsports stuff. Do they have a motorsports part of their page? Let me see that shit though. Yeah, I need to get better at like the finite analysis testing. Ray's slogan, the concept is racing. Wow. What a insane thought to have. Really tried hard with that slogan. Alright, well that sucks. Yes. I fucking hate Adobe. Oh my god. Where'd it go? Jesus Christ, man. We're not gonna do that. We're just gonna... My brother in Christ. I really, really hate Adobe. Like, where is the window? It's just not on either of my monitors. Oh my god. Just open the PDF. Jesus fuck. That's awesome. I can't even open a PDF. Can I open with, God forbid, Edge browser? God, I'd kill myself. Oh. No, you're not my default browser. You're literally just a fucking afterthought. Okay. There it is. This is like from 2024, but it's like the Rays Motorsports catalog. I like, let's see, what's that wheel called? Rays RW GT 500 AF20. Yes. That's bitch. Wow, that's terrible quality. God. Just trying to get a bigger picture of this wheel. Testing my patience. Just started the stream. I'm already wretched. Anyone ever take a good picture of these wheels with like a modern camera? Please? Apparently not. But this PDF opened just fine in Chrome. Cool, cool. Things I go through to look at pictures of wheels. Ah, whatever. Okay. Well, so what I was gonna say is, before I went down that rabbit hole, is I like these triangular cutouts in the corner of the wheel. I think that helps with the strength and lightness of the wheel. And I think it looks. Also, you notice this wheel has these giant cutouts on the inside here. And like this wheel too, like this giant, not the greatest angle. Alright, that's just all useless except for these first couple pages. Yeah, this one underneath my face right here also has like these big kind of I-beam, exaggerated I-beam spokes. And these wheels and these wheels and these wheels are both like from GT500 like Le Mans cars. So one can assume that they have done a considerable amount of testing on those wheels. I don't necessarily want these to like scream like high performance race wheel because like the VSKFs are not that. But I think like just kind of taking a little hint from that, like a little zest from it, sprinkling it on there and having like a nice little cutout right here would be cool. Anywho, okay. Just gonna save some pictures so I have pictures for my mood board. And okay, it's the last time I've ever have to use Edge browser. That was so embarrassing. Okay. Pew. Here is that, I don't know if y'all remember the thing I was doing for work that snaps these dealios onto this other dealio. Well, the dealio onto these dealios. We're still working on that. These paper things have these little tabs you can see in like the outline of this. And the problem being the tabs need to clip in, but if it pushes down too far, then the paper goes over this like neck or shoulder, I guess, not neck, this shoulder and ribs. And so we've done a couple tests. This is the current test that has these raised sections that should hopefully press the little thing into the thing without tearing the thing. Yeah. I'm gonna start with one of the existing wheel designs so that I don't have to reconstruct the whole thing. Here was that last wheel design we did. Still kind of, I have a third one I'm going to be doing for this guy, and then we're going to look at all three of them and kind of improve them all. Here was the last render we did of that. Added some Gundam stickers onto the lip of the wheel. Wow, I wasted a whole half hour doing nothing. Yeah, I think these wheels are sweet. I think also some of these little kind of like details could be added into that VSKF inspired wheel. We will see. Set up a little thing on the side here with a couple pictures so we can see what we're working on. My real complex mood board design. There we go. Done. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of like this entire thing. Wow. Do it 18 times. Select everything. Love of God. Please select it all. Starting off in a strong, good mood, as you guys can tell. Bro. Oops. No. Okay. Come on, baby. Okay. All right. So yeah. So I'm starting with the other kind of wheel as a base, just so I don't have to reinvent the wheel. VS. Fuck. As you can see, I have a really phenomenal naming convention. All right. All right, so we're gonna just start off making it look like real close to the VSKFs. Then I'll worry about. Then we'll work on like differentiating our design from that and like improving it. At the end of the day, every wheel is a copy of another wheel. And we're not going to be copying, but we are using inspiration. But I want to kind of make one that's like a VSKF first. Shit. All right. Scientist. Okay. First, we're gonna put in some a lug nut so that we can just see where it's at. Oh, we're working in inches. This is so unfortunate. Remember, I have this. Okay, 1.125. Okay, that's 1.8 inch. I am. All right, so there's where our lug is. How? All right, huge headache. Give me 1 second. I come back. I take ibuprofen. I could get ibuprofen to sponsor my stream. Maybe it would help if someone watched my stream. Then I could get a sponsor for the stream. Speaking of which, it kind of like it broke at one point last time, so I am going to pull it up and make sure it's going. All right, let's make a little blast off story post. It's Hasina calls them. case anyone on my Instagram wants to join us. It's hard to do everything backwards. Oh, that's blurry. There's not my face on that. Let's see. Sorry for the lapse in me providing you experiences. I am just making a story post for my Instagram so that people can join us. It's only okay. All right. So we got our lug in here. And actually, I want to put this down here. Wow. Let's do it. How about that? Wow. There we go. We got that shit right there. How big is my... I should have all this stuff written down by now, huh? Okay, 2.6 inches. All right, so now we have a guideline for our center cap hole and for our lug nut holes. So this will help us design our spokes so that they fit with all that shit. And we have a center line, which is useful for mirroring and all that fun stuff. And I always like to make all of my spokes out of these arcs because then it's a nice, smooth, dimensionable, controllable line. Because if I'm using like what's called a spline, which is this, you can see like you have a lot more freedom with a spline to make shapes. But it's also a lot harder to dimension one of those and like make it easily controllable. Whereas like here I have an arc that goes into another arc. These do make like less smooth, like the where this curve meets this curve. Technically it's not going to be as smooth as if I used a spline, but and like I don't know, maybe let's I just said I'd do it that way always. Let's do it, let's see what happens when we do it together. Ookies. So as I was saying that, I was remembering that that curves are you can make a much smoother transition using a spline. Might end up complicating things. Like So what happens if we do this? Oh wow, that's not what I wanted you to do though, bro. Brother. Right, there's a certain way to make these bro, Alright, maybe I can just do it this way. This line and this line. I need you to work for the love of God. Solidworks sucks ass at this, huh? I don't even care anymore. I lied. Do it the way I always do it. Maybe we'll worry about trying that later. Once we get like a nice form figured out, then we'll worry about doing like really fancy fancy curves. Alright, so that's a nice spoke shape. Pretty good. Oh. That's alright. Much better. Alright. It's so close to that. Center now. I don't want it that close. 0.125. I gotta have like room for fillets. Fillets and fillets. How did this? Oh. Okay. Bam. All right, so there we got a spoke shape. Oh. Well, that's pretty good. Yeah, you could see like the transitions between this and this are not like super extra smooth. And that may be something we'll address later. But right now we're just kind of getting a basic shape now. Next will be the webbing. Gotta leave room for different sized wheels or different bolt patterns. That's the word I was looking for. Interesting, these on the VSKF, these things aren't even that smooth. Trying to get these nice. Alright, let's get rid of that second. It's kind of annoying working with these like big circles to try and get stuff done, I will say, but kind of just how I've been doing it. It's like Okay. And me doing all these mirrors and radial repeats is like probably gonna bite me in the ass later. I will say that because sketches like this tend to like explode later on, especially when it's like not well constrained like this. But at the moment, we're just kind of trying to get some shapes in here to get a good idea or a better idea of like what we're making. That worked so well. Shibbity wop. All right, so we got that. What's that noise? We're just kind of making, again, we're just kind of making like the rudimentary shapes of the wheel to start. Later down the line, we'll actually think about like how to make it look really nice and kind of doing some of these features in a better way, I guess. I don't like some of these kind of lumpy pieces. Yeah, like that's not a smooth line right there, and I don't like that. Actually, let's redo that. It may be that this swoop is making that fillet look terrible. Yeah, that looks considerably better. do it. That would be really cool if you did. Jesus Christ. Heaven forbid it actually do. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay. Forgot. Easiest thing. Forgot that we only do one spoke at a time. Oh, there we go. Now we only have to do one. Bear with me. Set that up again. Ooh, it's kind of cool. What's that? Oh. What? Oh. So well. Let's save this in the new assembly before we do anything else. Save as new. Yeah, I don't care what that says. I'm not going to read it. VSK. Fuck. Sure, bro. Just save it, man. I don't care. At least Solidworks has a reasonably good autosave function. It used to not. Or it used to not work well, at least. But that's always real fun when it just crashes for no reason. But we're back to doing the thing. Dude, okay. Fucking snap. Third time's the charm. Bear with me as I fight with SolidWorks for dominance. Spoiler alert, SolidWorks is always the one on top. I am SolidWorks' bottom bitch. Get the fuck out of here. That's it. All right, let's do that again. I guess it really doesn't like when that sketch, when I enter in 0.75, it just freezes every time. So we're gonna put a different number in the little box, and it's not gonna freeze. All right, mirror, mirror on the screen. Who is the dumbest bitch alive? It's me. True to cut through all. So now we only have to work with one spoke instead of 5. And if you're just joining me, I am making a VSKF style wheel, but trying to make it different. Make it my own design, because I see a ton of those wheels around and I feel like there is room for more wheels than just the one. There we go. Alright, so lug goes in there. We got a nice little web going on. Okay. That's pretty sweet. And just to see what it looks like. Whee! Alright, so that's pretty cool start. Now we gotta add the outer bolt circle. Just have it. And I'm always referring back to my original sketch, which has the forging blanks from the factory, and then also some sketches from that show the dimension of like lug holes and this outer bolt circle, because I want to make sure I get that right. Interesting. Oop, not edit sketch, right plane, new sketch. New sketch. Alright, so let's make the outer bolt circle of wheel. We're gonna add a slight. Let's see. We'll just make it flat for now and then modify it later. I just want to see what it looks like first, and then I'll worry about that later. Bam. Okay, so that looks pretty good. That's gonna bite me in the ass later. First, other side. Let's just build this on that side. Sweet. There we go. Let's try that again. See how that looks. Much better. Everything meets nicely. I'm still kind of just messing about, seeing what I can do visually without too much like complexity, just to make a cool looking kind of base design for the wheel. Because like I probably will have to redo a lot of stuff to get some of these like complex surface curves and stuff, but at the moment we're kind of just making a wheel and seeing what it looks like. Then by doing this, then we'll have a better idea of how we want to make the like final one. For now, I just want to like look at what I can make, see how it looks. That looks pretty cool. Now we are going to make the lug hole. Because I have this nice sketch from a wheel that's already been produced, I can kind of just copy this and know that it's going to be right. I don't have to do a ton of thinking, which is good. So. Thinking is for the weak. Bam! Look at that. That is real close to that edge, isn't it? But that looks pretty good right there. Right there, right there. Oh, wow. Let's do the thing, please. Thank you. Okay, we got lug holes. Oh, and then the other thing I want to pull from here is this shape, which is the shape needed so that the center caps lock in here. So the center caps have a little notch and a rubber gasket, and the O-ring kind of, and the O-ring pushes past this corner and locks the center cap into the wheel. And that's kind of like the standard method for mounting center caps. So we're going to copy that. And again, like this sketch that I have saved is from an existing wheel that I've already had produced, and so I know that that's a solid design. Oh wow, so I might actually make some modifications to this. Cutting this further out. It would have more room. It's like I need this part to come out, and you can see this line is like attached at the same time as that. So okay, so I need to make some modifications to this cut, which is one of like the initial shapes. So already we're having to go back and kind of reevaluate some of these initial designs, but that's fine. I kind of expected that. Alright, so what we're going to have to do is delete this. Save this sketch though. Okay. Let's make a second sketch. Alright, so now what I'm going to do... Oh, shoot, there's someone here. Oh, shit. Okay. Why is my stream frozen? Ooh-ee. Uh-oh. Okay. Should I just restart the stream, I guess?